Today I have been looking at potential Amazon FBA products that previously I would have discarded and also advised new sellers to avoid. However, there have been some recent changes which mean these products are products we should be very much considering. And we potentially have this untapped niche, almost a goldmine of product opportunities that has only just opened up. And I want to share with you guys, one, what changes have actually taken place, two, why this opens up this opportunity, and then three, how to find these products as well. So let me come back to these products in a moment. The first thing I need to do is take you over to this fee comparison chart. So I've put this together this morning so I can show you guys the bits that I really want to focus on. So this is comparing the Amazon fulfillment fees from 2024 versus the fees in 2025. So these have been implemented since the start of February. And I did a video a month or two back talking about these fees coming in and kind of moaning about a lot of the other fees going up. But there are certain fees within this rate card that mean products that we would have previously discarded or I would have advised against may now potentially be viable. And there is actually one huge opportunity hidden in this rate card that I want to go over. So I'm going to go through this rate card fairly swiftly, and then we're going to go over to actually looking at some of these products and how you can find them for yourself. So historically, I have always talked on the channel and in the FBA Elite course that the best place, or not necessarily the best place, but most new sellers will end up with a product that falls in either the small parcel or the standard parcel tier. I generally recommend avoiding going into the oversized tiers as the fulfillment fees go up quite sharply, and it makes it very difficult to make a profit on Amazon when the fulfillment fees go up like that. Now within the standard parcel tier, I also advise people to try and stay under 1.9 kilograms in weight, and that's either actual weight or the dimensional weight, which is the three dimensions, so length, width, depth, multiplied together, divided by 5,000, and that's the dimensional weight. And you want those, or either one of those, because Amazon always take the highest, to be under 1.9 kilograms, because as soon as you go over that, the fees jump up sharply. You can see as the fees increment all the way to 1.9 kilogram, the jumps aren't too bad, but once you go over 1.9, it really jumps up, and often this is the difference between a product being viable or not. Now, although Amazon have put up a lot of other fees in 2025, they've actually reduced the fees for many of the larger and heavier tiers. And this, for me, is potentially where there is a goldmine of untapped products that sellers have been ignoring, including myself, for many, many years. So on the right-hand side here, we've got the 2025 fees. And what I've done is I've highlighted a few bits that I want to point out to you guys. Firstly, in the small parcel tier, there are a few minor reductions as you get more towards the heavier end of things. You can see at 1.4 kilograms, you're saving 12p. At 1.9, it's 26p. At 3.9, it's 41p. The smaller tiers, I mean, when you compare £2.93 versus £2.91, a 2p difference isn't going to really register. So I'm just trying to get this video to focus on the bits where there is a substantial difference. Now, I do have these red arrows here to highlight a very subtle change. So you can see the previous small parcel tier was a unit weight or dimensional weight of less than 3.9 kilograms, whereas now the maximum small parcel dimensional weight is 2.1 kilograms. So you can have a small parcel up to 3.9 kilograms in actual weight, but the dimensional weight at the same time must be 2.1 or below. And there's a similar sort of thing in the standard parcel tier as well, whereas previously they were both aligned, both the actual and dimensional at 11.9 kilograms. Now the cutoff is 7.96 in the standard parcel tier. So make sure you are aware of those. And also in the oversized tiers, they've cut the dimension from 120 to 101. So it's another little change that some people may not have spotted. And I think as well, the actual cap here at 72 kilograms is slightly lower, but I wouldn't imagine any of you guys are selling products that big. So if we look at the standard parcel tier, where I think there are additional opportunities, like I say, I used to advise people to avoid or try to avoid above 1.9 kilograms, whereas now above 1.9 kilograms, although fees do still jump up quite a bit, the actual fee itself has come down. So 81p cheaper, 68p cheaper, 82, £1.28, £1.48 cheaper. So sometimes if you're buying 1,000 units, £1.48, that would be £1,480 difference potential profit margin across that batch. So if you have previously excluded some products because they've been a little bit big, because the fees are making them non-viable, I would say go back and double check, because the new fees are slightly more lenient. Now remember, as a new seller, you still will be paying VAT on top of those. So in some sense, the fee saving is greater because you're only paying 20% on the smaller fee rather than 20% on the larger fee. So these fee savings are slightly larger for new non-VAT registered sellers. Now, if I come down to the small oversize, standard oversize heavy, and standard oversize large, you can see as we kind of really go up the scale to the really big and really large products, the really heavy products, there isn't actually much difference. So there's probably no new opportunities there. There may be opportunities in the standard oversize. You can see here I've done a comparison based on a product weighing 4.76 kilograms. It'll be £6.75 in 2024 versus £5.63 in 2025. That's a £1 saving. But this is where I think there is a real opportunity here. And I haven't actually explored these products myself. I've just been looking at this today. And the first thing I wanted to do was make this video to share it with you guys, so you can be the first ones in looking at these products to see if there are any untapped opportunities out there. So that's why I put this little cup next to it, because I think this is the best saving. So the small oversize. These are your products that just sneak over that standard parcel size tier dimension. So if you had a product that was 46 centimeters on its longest side, that would just sneak over. Or maybe you had a product that had a 40 centimeters by 40 centimeters by 20, and because you got one of them breaching that, that would just push you over. So I see this often. People are borderline, and I've always said try and get it under that 45 threshold. But now I don't think it's a major concern. And if you just blip into small oversize, I don't think it's that big an issue. There is a catch though. Unlike with the other red arrows we looked at, where the dimensional weight limit is lower than the actual weight, in the small oversize, the unit weight can only be a maximum of 1.76 kilograms, but the dimensional weight can be up to 25 kilograms. So this small oversized tier is to catch those products. They're actually very light, but have a high volume. And I'm going to show you some examples later on in this video to give you a good idea. But if we compare the costs, so based on a product with a dimensional weight of 4.76 kilogram, that would have previously cost £7.68. So if we look at the rate card here, so it would have been 1.76 kilograms, which is £4.68. And then you're paying 1 penny per kilogram increment. So basically every additional kilogram is £1. So to get to 4.76, that's an additional 3 kilograms on top of the £4.68. That takes you up to £7.68, which is the figure we've got here. Now in the new small oversized pricing tier, you start at £3.65 for 760 grams. So we've got to add an additional 4 kilograms in this example. Now an additional kilogram is only 25p. So 4 kilograms is only going to cost you £1 extra. So add £1 to 365 and we've got £4.65. So the same product is £3 cheaper. That is a massive saving, and that would be many products. That difference is the difference between a product being viable or not. So this rate card, I will create a post on the FBAelite.com forums with this rate card if you want to go and check it out there. So that's the best place to access that. So firstly, let's just take a quick look at some products that would fall into this type of tier. So I found these wobble boards, which would have previously fallen into the small oversized tier because it has two awkward dimensions. So although it may only be, say, 40 to 45 wide, it's also 40 to 45 tall. So that pushes it out of standard parcel and into small oversize. We've also got yoga mats. Now, if you can keep this width here under 60 centimeters, that will keep it in the small oversize. Then it rolls up and it's a very light product. We've got another balanced type product. It's wide and it's deep, but it's not very tall. So that's why it goes well in the small oversized tier. This one here, which is a lap tray, which probably, if the seller had been careful, they could have kept this in the standard parcel tier, but they haven't. So the packaging takes it over the threshold and into small oversize. And just a final example here. This is actually the type of example you want to avoid. Basically, you want to look for products that are only long on two sides and short on the other, because that keeps the dimensional weight down and also the actual weight down, of course. But with this washing basket, you can see 57 by 28 by 32. If we do this, because you've got the three big dimensions, which are 32 times by 28 times by 57, divide that by 5,000, And it has a dimensional weight of over 10 kilograms, which is probably a little bit on the large side. So certainly, if you've got too large dimensions, it's not going to be a major problem and will work well in the small oversized tier. But if you've got 3 big dimensions, it doesn't matter how light the product is, the fee is still going to be high. Now, I'm not saying the products I've just shown you are good or viable products. They are just physical examples of what a small oversized product would be. I would spend a lot more time doing product research, and probably the ones I just showed you aren't viable. I just want you guys to be aware of that. Now, in terms of how I found those products, I am using Black Box from Helium 10. So I'm just applying a few very, very basic filters. So first, choose the marketplace you want to search. Choose some categories. I think in this instance, I might have been searching sports and outdoors and possibly home and kitchen as well. And price point, I usually search for products between £20 to £30, as it's difficult to make profit on Amazon if you're searching for products that are too low value. ASIN sales, this varies for every single seller depending on what your goals are. As a starting point for a new seller, maybe somewhere between 150 to 300 units per month. Shipping size, this is the main filter for this. Go for the small oversized products, and this will search those categories with these filters for small oversized products, and then you can see whether there are any products of interest. And finally, I set variation count to 2 because I don't like looking through results where there's lots of variations making up those overall sales. And then hit the search button and you should get a list like this. We can go through and see what opportunities are out there. And the good thing is Helium 10 is on another crazy offer at the moment. They are offering, if I hide the webcam, 30% off for up to your first 12 months, which is a really good deal, as you don't have to sign up for 12 months. You can sign up and cancel after a month if you want. But if you stay with them, you can get this discount for up to 12 months. So I'll put a link to this in the pinned top comment. And if you click that, that promo will automatically apply. And that link will be directly next to a link to the FBA Elite course as well. Now, if you want to get started with Amazon FBA, but you're not quite sure where to begin, I've got a step-by-step video that shows you everything you need to do to start your own Amazon FBA business. I'll pop up that video now and I'll see you guys over there.